I understand there's lots of controversy about it's not strong enough and it's weak enough and this and that and whatever. And I have, what can I say? I'm going to enlighten you a little bit. What I'm doing now is I'm mocking it up. I'm putting the ingredients into the muffins. It's basically what I'm doing. I'm mocking it up. When it comes time to finish it, the frame will be sandblasted, boxed, tight and right, cross members, you name it, it'll get it. It'll get painted and the whole bit. But to go so in places where I'm not sure what you call that, to be honest with you, that I'm doing it so wrong and so terrible. I've just started putting in the flour. I haven't even added any an egg or nothing yet. So what I'm saying is you have to just kind of slow up a little bit. I might not be building it the way you want me to build it, and that's take it out, frame outside, sandblast it, weld it all up, box it all up, put everything new underneath it, and then start fitting it. That's not the way I'm doing it. I want to fit everything now, so when I take it out and sandblast it, I can weld it up and know it's all in place and everything works. That's when you make it strong, tight and right. I'll put a brand new X-brace in it. You must have to ask yourself, why was I being so careful when I was cutting out the X-brace and all that stuff? The reason being is I want to make sure everything stays in place, and when we come back in, we pull the body off, that we can weld everything back together nice. We're making a body that never fit on the car, and with an engine that doesn't belong that far in the car, come together. And I want to make it all work before we go do any welding or any sandblasting and figuring out if it's strong enough. We haven't even got the body off yet. So basically, it's foolishness of the comment. They're just foolish. To be honest with you, for someone to read that, foolish. We haven't even started. And but it's good though. I'm just not done yet. I'm just got the bowl out, got the flour in, haven't even put the muffins in the oven yet. And you're going to tell me that it's not strong enough, not good enough, and the muffin top's not big enough. Well, I haven't mixed the batter yet. If you want to slow it down and make the chassis beautiful first, and then wheel over the motor and put the motor in a beautiful chassis, and then get a bunch of people come over and put the body on and start cutting the body to get it to fit, I don't do it that way. And that's like I said, you take what you like and you throw away what you don't. But I like to build it first. Don't matter if it's rusty or not, that's going to hold on right now. When I sandblast, it'll all be brand new. I mean, when we box it in, it'll be new pieces of metal. You know, I mean, let's face it, I'm not going to drive a 500 horsepower engine down the road or a car down the road thinking that it's going to fall apart. Let's get real. But if you want to go there, negativity will give you a negative life. I guarantee it. But for me, order of operations is to make everything fit so we're all full-time going forward. And I feel like we would win every time when it comes to doing it whatever way you want to. But I feel like it's more efficient making sure everything works now than tearing it apart and not knowing anything. You could throw it off the Bay of Fundy and I think it'll be fine. Today is surprise day for Doug, I think.
Surprise day?
Yeah,
surprise. I like surprises.
You like surprises?
I do. What do we have?
Are you interested in welding? I know you can. Are you interested?
I don't know. I guess so.
I guess so. He says he's not even excited.
First thing I think, I'm going to get burnt. All right.
Okay.
It's all good.
Well, I know that Doug can weld, but the thing is I want him to weld my way. That's basically it. I have a transmission tunnel that I have to cut in through the car. You can see the lines I've got now. I've got that line there cut. I've got to cut that and go straight in through the car and then cap it with the square stock so it all looks nice and it's able to put our driveshaft through. That has to be done. What also has to be done is the front end that me and Nathan took off. The front end has to be, or I want it welded up. And me and Doug are gonna, let's just have to have this before. What I want, where you cut that edge all off, inside there's an edge here where the hood and the fender fit. On both sides of the tack there. On the underneath side, there's a lip, and they did not come tight together. The fender flipped this way, and the hood kind of went straight, and I got Doug to cut off the fender metal to match the hood metal, so we can weld them together, that seam underneath. Let's see. I wonder if we can put that upside down on that. I want Doug to weld up the seam on the underneath of it. I am going to show him exactly what I want done, so he knows how I want something welded up. Let's just see if we can get it maybe on the, let's see if we can tip it right on the front here. I don't think that's hurting a thing. I know it's not hurting a thing.
Yes, really.
So what's going on here is we have, see this seam right here? Doug has already cleaned that seam up and banged it all together for me. Like it was out like this before. But what I want now is I want that seam welded together. What I'm thinking is it's tight in some places. Yeah, you can see it was tight here. You can see how it's tight there. It's tight there, and it's tight in a few places. But what I'm thinking is if you took a pair of vice grips, maybe not a pair of vice grips, maybe a pair of C-clamps. If we C-clamp that, I'm just going to go get a pair.
You have a bunch of pairs.
Doug, are you excited?
No, really. I got my welding sneakers on today.
He's not excited. I got one pair. Well, yeah, grab a couple pair, whatever. We'll probably do one side at a time. And the reason I like these C-clamps, if you put the vice grips on them, generally it puts a bruise in the metal. A C-clamp is a nice little clamp where you see how I bring that tight together. Come on, you see? And just put that C-clamp on there, put that tight together. And what I would do is put that on there and I'd weld on this side of it and then weld on this side of it. So basically I'm not sure what we're doing here right yet, we'll leave that for the end, but if we can put that on there, put a spot weld there, a spot weld there, take it off, put it like that, and then you put a spot weld underneath it. That's a good gap right there to have your spot welds. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk to Doug, and you guys are going to watch obviously because you're watching it, but I'm going to explain to Doug how I want it done. Basically, how I want it done. On this where this is going like this, I do not feel like we have an issue with warpage. I do not feel that, but I really want to get it plunked together and weld it together. But what I'm going to say is, as I put this on here, this is how I would weld this hood up. I would clamp that on there. I put one spot weld there, like one spot weld there, without welding the clamps to the hood. I'll take that off, and then I go past that one spot weld, and then I'd weld on that there. After that spot weld, I take that off, and I weld it back. And that way there, it'll give my spot welds a space. So this is my spacer, and we can go down there, and it'll be spot welded every inch. Also, when we spot that, weld that on, it's just going to be pull the trigger and it's one spot. 1, 2, it's over. Let off the trigger. It should be welded because we're welding two edges together. Basically, this is how I generally weld up things. If on this piece here, we'll just clamp it and weld it on either side of the clamp and continue all the way down until it's done. But if I was welding it up without the clamp, I would want to weld it up every 6 inches. So I put one bang here, 6 inches down, and do it that way every 6 inches, one dot at a time. And then when I come back, the first dot that I had, I would go an inch past that and dot it again. Then I go an inch past the next one, an inch past the next one. That leaves me 6 inches apart at all time when I'm spot welded. And it basically just carry on from there. Just where you got two spot welds here, you just go an inch from that one, then you go an inch from the second one. It keeps it separated nice. Also, when you're doing something like this, like I was saying to Nathan, I generally try to keep all my spot welds somewhat the same distance apart. And the only reason I try to keep them the same distance apart is because it looks better. If you want to come to this side, if I come in and, had my spot welds on this side, that's just being spot welded up. It does not matter though. What I'm trying to say is it looks better. If it looks better, it is better. And when you're done, it will be better. So to try to keep everything spotted up like that. Yeah, I'm just going to let Doug one spot at a time. I showed you, just put one spot on this, one side on that, go all the way down on this side. We'll start up here on this one, do the exact spot there, take it off, and just go underneath the next spot weld. And go right to the bottom. And then after that, it's going to become, we're going to have a spot weld every inch. After we do that trick all the way down, then we're going to go on to We're going to fill that inch in that's empty. So then it's going to be a spot weld. When, you're going to have to excuse me for how I get the, when you're spot welding this in and we're doing all fours and we want to weld this in, one spot weld. When you're looking through your lens, you put a spot weld on it, it's red. As soon as the red goes away, that's the time you hit it again with another spot weld, when the red goes away. When that red goes away on that spot weld, and then you hit it again. And every time you do that, so we got one spot, it's red. As soon as the red goes away, that's when you hit it again. But I want the wire here, and then then it covers halfway over top of that one. When the red goes away from that, you weld it here, and then you get another one like that. So basically you're overlapping them just like quarters. So, and this is another thing. When it's getting welded up, when we're welding it, you can imagine when Doug comes down the mountain in the morning, when he touches his brakes. Woo! When he touches brakes, they get red just for a second because you're going down the hill quite fast. You let off so the brakes don't get hot. And then when they cool down a little bit, then you can touch the brakes again. Exactly what's going on here. When you put that spot weld on there, your brakes are red. Let off. Just let off, stay off for a second. Let the brakes cool down and then go back on the brakes. So you pump the brake, let off, and pump the brakes. When you come down the mountain, you don't wear your brakes up. When you get to the end of the mountain, you had a set of drum brakes and you were pumping them, you left them on all the way down the mountain, you would have none by the time you get down because they would be heated up and they would be just figured and whatever. But basically, let the heat go away and then hit it again. So when we get the inch all the way down, then we go to 1, 2, 3, 4. I explained 1, 2, 3, 4. Let the first weld dissipate. Hit the next spot of weld on top of it. Let that one dissipate, and then you can fill it in. And then you have no problem welding something up. It goes really good. And this stuff on sheet metal is one spot at a time. There's no beads, basically. So Doug's gonna get set up on this. Doug's gonna get a helmet, and Doug's gonna make me happy. And I'm gonna cut the driveshaft tunnel out of the car, trying to get that stuff ready. And I suggest, Doug, that you get as comfortable as possible. Do one side, and then do the other side. Okay, brother?
Mm-hmm. Which welder?
I'm gonna give you, I think the other welder's down back. I'm going to keep this one because it's right beside me. Down there would be fine. You want to tow it down. Yep. Get prepared. Doug's going to do some welding today. I appreciate that. Basically, yeah, that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to cut the tunnel out of this bad boy, and then we'll go from there. We'll start making that. I want to give Doug a hand for a second because probably the hardest thing to do is move a welder. Also, when you're welding and doing this, it's important to try to be as comfortable as possible. It is important to try to be as comfortable. Let's get this bad boy started. I'm going to show Doug exactly, and I'm going to basically show you exactly what I mean by the red. If you put a helmet on. That one there probably isn't no good, Doug. Probably not. I got two over here that's not bad. If you want to take and clean that a little bit. You got a fat head? You got a small head or big head?
Think?
You got a big head, small head? What do you got? What do you got? I'm going to get a cord. Hopefully we can get Doug's car home maybe sometime. Not sure if that will happen.
That'd be great.
That'd be great. I'm going to get a helmet on here, Doug, and show you exactly what I mean by the red, if you don't mind. You don't give a shit, do you?
I know what you're doing.
Nope. But I'd like you to put your helmet on with me, just so you know.
You don't want this helmet?
No, you got the right helmet. Show that on the floor. Let's turn that bad boy on. Doug's already rock and roll. Now, set of clamps. Where'd I put them bad boys? Did I take them out of here, did I?
Your glasses again?
Yeah,
No idea.
That's where they're at with my glasses. We'll leave that alone up there for a bit. We'll figure it out. We'll probably have to bang it with a hammer. We'll get it set up so it's looking good and right. Basically, we want a spot on either side of the thing. It's going to melt fast because they're right on the edge, so it's just in and out. You need a ground. You got a ground? Yep. On the other side. Like it's really quick is what's going. It's really quick what's going on here, and the reason being is quick because they're right on the edge. Basically, this is what we're doing. We'll go all the way down like that. Now, where that's spotted like that, I don't know if the camera can pick it up or not, but Doug came with his welding helmet. I'm going to go in here and weld this little seam up. It's going to be more than 4 spots. But I'm going to weld it up, and I'm just going to show you how, when the red goes away, that's the time to hit it. So there's, see the red? Let it go away. Let it go away. Let it go away. And we want to hit the weld on top of the other one, so there's no pinholes. With that there, see, I can grind that off, then we got a nice line. Also, if you start on top of the weld, or your weld that you just put on there, then you have no chance of burning through. You have meat there. If I go down here and do 4 more, just for giggles, the red goes away. Just like stomping the brakes going down the mountain. As soon as that goes away, then it's time that you can weld it. So we've got it started, but what I was saying to Doug, I want this all the way to the bottom before we start, so we get it tight. And then he can practice doing it the bad Chad way.
The bad Chad way.
Well, basically that's how I want it done, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no
I know that you weld, Doug, or weld in other places.
Oh yeah, I got a welder. Man, I took welding in school. I just don't like doing it, and I try to avoid it. I do, seriously.
Don't be like that.
I don't enjoy it anymore.
I want you to be the best.
You know, I know, but
I want you to be the best, buddy. Come on, you got this. You got this. You got this.
All right.
Go for it. See you later.
Thanks, bro.
We'll be back in about whenever. How's that? Doug's got this. Doug's got this. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Well, you might not.
What?
Things are clicking and banging. Doug, that far away before you pull the trigger. You got this. All right, now I'm going to cut this out here in the center, and then we'll make a drive shaft tunnel for the engine. Let's do it. We got to get a zip tie going. Doug usually gets here early in the morning, or a little earlier in the morning, and new grinder's working good. Gets here early in the morning, and he's got
Nice stripes.
things cleaned up, which is good. I'm going to take this. And that's a daunting spot there where the metal is so thin, it's right on the edge. But let's face it, if you don't do it, you're not going to become any good at it. You can watch all day if you want, but if you don't try it, it's information, not knowledge or experience. So I feel like I have to cut this all out, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to case it back in. If you remember, right there was where the end of the tail shaft was hitting. So basically, we need to get that area down for our drive shaft. That's why it's got to come out. in something like this, where I've made all this floor and then now I'm cutting it, I don't think I would change anything if I was still doing it the same way. I would still make the floor and then cut the floor out after. I just find that when I'm making something like this, to have a whole bunch of, what can I say, a whole bunch of ideas in your head while you're doing something like this is harder than just having one idea. What I'm saying is, my one idea was making a floor fit this chassis. That's the first idea. Let's go for that. That's what we did. With the engine coming in way in the middle and that sort of stuff, to try to put the engine in and then try to make this floor fit this car around that engine to fit this car seems to be a very complicated thing to do, is to make all this floor to make it fit that engine in this car at once. So let's get it straight. We made the floor not even knowing what engine we were putting in it, and I am now cutting out stuff that I want the engine to fit. So basically, I'm cutting out stuff that I've put in the car, but I wouldn't have it any other way because the stuff is here. Now I have something that I can cut and make it fit. So basically, now that I've done all this square stock in here, made it all look nice again, I'm happy again, and it's a lot easier than trying to make all this fit that and fit the car at the same time, in my opinion. So if you see me cutting this out while he's doing, he's going backwards, well, no, not really. I feel like this way was faster. We put this together, a car less than 30 days. We put this car together. Now we're actually going to make it into a real car. And this stuff that I'm doing here right now, I feel like I'd rather do it after I made the floor. Sometimes I'd rather make something and then cut it out. Is your helmet okay, Doug?
Oh yeah, just keep flashing on.
But if you haven't got something there, it's pretty hard to cut something out and start taking off. But we have a floor that we made a long time ago, and I don't mind cutting it to make it fit, just as long as we can get it back together again. Like I said, sometimes it's easier just to make something and then cut it out. Do not want to take the back crossmember out. Clean this off. Now, what I have to do is I got a little jog. You see I got a little jog going in here, triangle going in there. I got a little triangle going in here. There was a panel there, and we ended up cutting that out. But we did not cut off the lip itself, so I'm going to cut that off, get this taken off. just going to get a pair of pliers or something, try to rip that up. How's it going for you, Doug?
Good, man.
Good.
Getting the swing of it again.
Getting the swing? Getting the swing again? He's like riding a bicycle?
Pretty much.
Cool.
Pretty much.
Cool. See if we can get something underneath here. All this square stock, what I did is I ended up laying it all on the chassis. If you got to watch that part, if you didn't, go back and watch it. All this square stock is on top of the chassis. When you look underneath this car, you barely see any square stock because all you see is the floor pans, because what I did is I camouflaged the square stock laying on top of the chassis. Now that I have this all cut out and the chassis is gone, now I do not have that, excuse me. I do not have that, but that does not hurt my feelings. Does not hurt my feelings. I got them on there. Wow. But I'm supposed to have. That's what holds the floor. See, there's where I actually laid it halfway on top. I got to get that off because I need to put a piece of square stock from here straight back to there, and then I can put a new piece of metal in there, and then we'll cap that off so it looks nice. Watch your eyeballs, sweetheart. I didn't grab the tool that I wanted. I like to have a pair of channel locks doing that, because I can grab a hold of it and twist it off like a sardine can, or a pair of vice grips, don't matter. It's all good stuff. Sounds like he's doing a good job. One spot at a time, that's what I want, one spot at a time. Hey. Whoever welded them on know what they're doing. Must have been Aiden. I wonder how Aiden's making out. He's got his own little shop going. I shouldn't say own a little shop. He's got a collision shop running, he is. Young man with big responsibility. Which makes a real man. Now, then we're still got to get them off. All there is to it. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut that square stock back 3/4 of an inch on this one, that one, that one, and that one, and then I can run it up there and I will have no open ends. Any open ends, like on the bottom of the cross member, there's an open end down the bottom. I'm going to have to close that up. Where there was an open end anywhere on this square stock, I closed it up. Don't want that. Trying to get that off. Jolene looks amazing today, as always. I'm a lucky man. get that one off. Be nice. Spot welds, they say. They don't hold. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Rough. That's what the dog said when it rubbed his ass with sandpaper. Rough. That's what Fina said when she got sprayed by the skunk. Rough. Pepper la pure. Getting close, getting close. Here we go. Geez, I'll tell you. All right. Nope. Oh, I forgot to tell Doug he's getting an evaluation sheet when he's done.
I can't read.
He can't read. He said, that's the way to get out of it. All right, now we got some squares. Like we got this cleaned off. There was a piece on panel there. We got that cleaned off now. Now what I want to do is I want to cut that back 3/4 of an inch. Cut that one back 3/4 of an inch. And the reason being is I'm going to cap that with square stock to make strength. Let's go get a piece. You need to go out, Fiend? What at it right? Fiend has got a touch of skunk spray. If we want to take a look at this for a minute, Nathan come in and put a piece in the back here. We had a little rust spot in the back of this car. I know we're not looking at this piece. We're looking at the floor. We had a rust spot in the floor. I did not want him to cut it out, and the reason being is if you cut it out, it looks like poop on the bottom. So he ended up putting a piece on the top, and he did exactly what I said to do. He just made a pattern. He tacked it every inch all the way around, all the way up in the front in that seam there. You would not, you'd be hard pressed to know that that's been repaired. And when we come underneath, you cannot see any repair work. Like you cannot see the repair work because it's not all cut out and all whatever. So I'm happy about that. The hole that was there, we'll come in there and cover that with something else or undercoat from the bottom. And the seams, you'll never guess. I'm not going to seam seal it. I'm going to hockey tape it, and then I'm going to rock guard again. It just looks way better and more reasonable for what I want to do. We'll get back to what I was doing. What did I come back here for, sweetheart? The what? Square stock. I'm going to check and see if I got some. Piece must have fell. Just wonder if I got a smaller piece here to cut up than that. I'm going to check in my. Is she running backwards on us? That one will work. I think. Nice! Right on the money. I couldn't ask for any better. Got to clean that sticker off. I don't know why they sticker their stuff up so bad, but they do. Let's get back in there and do what we got to do, and then we'll get some metal. Get my foot down there. Ah. I'm just going to do this. Mark on this side. That's what I want cut off. Can't see that one. I'm gonna have to. Okay, zip cut going here. We'll get the one long enough that we can get it cut off. Hard one's going to be underneath there, but you just do it, right? We'll just do it. We got a little spot weld here together. Jolene has all kinds of things ringling-dingling on her phone because she's a busy woman. All right, I'm gonna do this one now. Am I gonna guess? You know I'm a good guesser. We have to have weld on them. Hard cutting. Good. Stick our piece in. Gotta have it come over a little bit, I'm probably thinking. That one there is good. And that one there. Gotta have a little more taken out of the center ones. That's the old one. Yeah, we got that fitting good in there now. I got it lined up there good. Good. Let's see if that's straight. And we got that one in there. That's amazing how it's nice there. Sure. So we'll get another one of these and cut one of these bad boys. We'll slide her up in there. I'm going to check the barrel first. Thanks for coming back, everybody. We really appreciate it. We really do. We're cooking with gas. That was too short. So we got a couple bumps on that one. We got a grinder in here with a flapper wheel on it, maybe, or it's over here. Let's cut this off to length. Let's do that first. Stickers everywhere. We'll cut both stickers. I just let Fina outdoors. I'm not sure why she wants to come back in. But we need our flapper wheel to get rid of all the stickers. Hard to weld that stuff. Let Fina at the same time. How you doing there, great dog, Fina? Huh? You did a good job out there today. Oh. The skunks will stay away when you're around. We're not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. She does look after the property. She runs around and scopes it and hollers and screams and barks and looks for all the varmints. Don't you, Fina? You're a great dog. I used to like stickers when I was a kid, but now that I clean exhaust pipe stickers off and metal stickers off, I don't like stickers anymore. I shouldn't say that. I have the back piece it's going up against that back piece. And that back piece, square stock, is not actually sitting quite straight. It's got to lean back to a little bit. So I'm going to make just a little tiny bit of an angle on this. Just guessing, and that's okay. As long as it's an educated guess. You know, you wouldn't want to guess it's not knowing at all. If you know a little bit, that's okay. I guess that would be called an educated guess, wouldn't it? If you know a little tiny bit. Got a sharp piece on this. I got to get that off. No, that's no good. We don't want that. I don't want that sharp piece. We'll get this in here. We'll clamp her up. We'll get her closed off. Now, I made a mistake already. I want that square stock to come up to here, not to there. I did that on purpose. I'm using them for something else. I'm not sure. I will not throw it away, but I need a longer piece. I do not want to make a piece that goes to there when I need to come to here. Ah, my fault, obviously. We'll go back to the new piece. It's a good thing I didn't cut a whole bunch to get it, if you know what I'm trying to say. That in there, find my length. That stuff there, I just did the exact same thing. Laid square stock on there, marked it, put it together, made it as easy as possible. I did not try to complicate it whatsoever. All right, we have our piece there. Now I need that to fit. Beautiful. You are Jolene. Absolutely gorgeous. She got her hair done. I like her hair. Little darker hairdo going on. I got a brand new look. I'm going to pull this grinder right through just because it's making it hard to pull. I got the cut right there, so I'm just going to use that one. We need 2 of them. Just taking, do that. Get the sticker off. Just sharpen the edge back up on that sucker. She was getting thin and throwing stuff, so I thought it would. The stuff here to the side for a minute. All right. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we cook with gas. That's not blood. That's grease. Let's clamp that sucker up in there and say, hey. And any ends that are not closed off, you cut a piece of metal, and close the end off. That's basically all you can do, really. Like, let's face it. Yeah, let's do that. We'll get another clamp right here. Did not angle that one. It's okay. I'll fill it full of weld. Seal hole. Open up there, vice grip. Thank you. Have a good day. Yeah, you too. Did you hear that? The Napa guy? It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Yeah, you hear him? This is what I'm going to do. I'm not liking something right here right now. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tack one end on where I want it, and then I'll pry this end up where I want to get it after. Because me clamping it in there, I'm not getting it up tight as I want. Let's get this turned on. We got a helmet to put on. Gas is open. Doug, are you telling me that you're all done that?
Yes.
Oh wow, I gotta come take a look here in a minute.
Looks like turds throwing at metal.
That's basically what mine look like too, Doug. Exact same way. You want to get up that end right there, please?
Yep.
I just want to get this end on where I want it. Watch your eyes, okay, Douglas?
I got a welding on, bro.
Oh, okay. Then you can.
Come on.
Yeah, you can actually watch. I'll weld that on here. Beautiful. We got her tacked in place. Now, I want that brought up, and I want it out a little bit on the metal here, just a little out of that. Yeah, just bring it up a little bit. Can you bring it up so it's full up in the middle here? Yeah. That's where I want it, Doug. Can we just a second. Can we pull it just a little bit so it's out this way? Yeah, that's what I want right there. Watch your eyes, okay?
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna weld this down here, Doug. Some of the stuff is not going to get welded until it gets upside down. I'm going to put this one on. I want to weld this up here first. Is this one short?
Yes, it is. What, half an inch back there, buddy?
Okay. Just 1 second. I got to put a piece on this. I'm a little shy on that one. I don't know why, because the other one was good. That piece right there I cut off. Look. Here's that smoking piece I cut off.
Someone keeps dangling.
Jolene's got more, so many.
She is pretty popular. Oh, yeah.
Stop it. See what I done?
Mm-hmm.
What the issue with here is I see how the wire's stuck on that piece? The ground's on this piece. If I'm holding this piece, I want to start the wire on this piece because that's where the ground is, and that's why I keep pushing that piece off. Did it right that time. And I made a little gap on that because I felt like it needed a little bit.
Excuse me.
I don't know if I did anything good or not. I gotta cut that off. I can't leave that like that. Can I, Doug?
It's up to you, man.
Yeah.
You can fill it full of weld.
Yep, just gotta watch yourself, watch your eyes. We're a little too short. I'm not cutting another piece. I'm going to fix this piece, throw it in there, grind it off, and be done with it. So, Doug, now that I got that on there, do not grab that end. It's going to be some friggin' hot. Okay, put in the middle of it.
Oh, sorry, bud. Had you pinched there?
Wondering why I couldn't get that out.
You do the head button, pinching.
Are you up? Are we up close enough that there?
Yeah, you're a little ways away. You fill that full of weld.
Yeah, we'll go back.
Want to bring it out a little bit? So, like, no,
right.
that one's in tight, isn't it?
Right there, be fine. Just hold on for a second here. Not sure if I should have. Yeah. Let's pull this up tight as we can. Am I too long? Nope.
Nope.
I don't think.
You want to come out a little bit?
I want to change spots with you. I want you to come on this side, and I'll go on that side. Just so I can get that end welded up in there. And then I'm going to pull up on that sucker.
Let's get closer to it over here.
Ouch, that's hot! My glove's smoking.
Damn, I see that.
Hey,
Smoking!
Just a second. You see that, do you? Alright. Nope, I can't. I gotta have. Can you pull up on it also?
There, eh? Yeah, you want to come out with it a little bit too? Here.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, let's get them bad boys on it.
That's probably what I should have done the first piece. There we go. Now we're talking.
We got a flex in it right
That's all right.
there.
Watch out, Doug. When all else fails, grab a pair of pliers or a pair of clamps.
A little bit of flex right there.
That's all it needs. Ah. And what's going to happen here is that's going to make pressure on that. Let's give us a talk down with a. What I'll do is I'll go along there and tack that down nice all the way along that edge. Basically now, where we got this open, whatever tunnel we make is going to go on top of this, onto this, because you're not going to see anything now. We'll just bring our edge up to here, and that's what we'll do. We'll make our tunnel go over top on this piece. I have to make a little triangle of metal there that goes there to fill that in so it goes through. And then there's going to have to be a tunnel made all the way up through for that engine. And basically I'm thinking that that last hurrah right here, this last one was close. That's why I cut it. That's why I did it. And it's going to be okay. Now we'll knock all the floor back down on. We'll get it looking nice, get it ground up, and then we'll be ready for a drive shaft. And a blown 460 is what we'll be ready for. And we'll be happy. Now we're going to go over with Doug. Excuse me, sweetheart. Let's go over with Douglas. Well, there's Doug. There's a couple, like obviously there's a couple places where there's a couple places that have to be welded, like spots like in between each one there. There's a couple places, but you'll see that when you grind it off. I basically would like to have it grinded off with a flapper wheel. What's going to happen when you're doing that? When you do your fours, and you'll know that you're getting it all. See all the little tiny places like that right there, missed, and you'll see that when you grind off. So we'll end up giving Doug a flapper wheel. He'll flapper wheel that off smooth, and then he can come back in and see the spots that are missed, tack them again, grinder wheel it off, and then it can be done. So I would say flapper wheel. Good job, Doug. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
But
I got good ratings, eh?
Well. You got good ratings, yes. You got good ratings. You got to weld it up, basically. But what I'm saying is, there's a few spots that are missed. We don't want to do that. When we grind it, when we flatten it off with the flapper wheel, then you'll see the places that aren't welded, and then that's the time you come back in and fix it. Thanks everybody for coming back. I really appreciate it. What can I say?
Brand new grinder. Check that out.
Have a great day. Come back tomorrow and we'll be here.
Have an awesome weekend.
Doug is growing.
Growing?
Yeah.
About time. Out, not up, right?